Larry here with Southern Exposure, and today I'm going to take you through one of my epic photography fails. Good morning, beautiful, and welcome to Southern Exposure. Today, I want to share the story of this image. But wait, what? There's no image there. That's right. A killer idea, months of preparation, hiking down a dark beach in the middle of the night, and I didn't even get a single photo. But I'm going to tell you why this failure is not a failure. Okay, so what's this all about? Well, last year, I came up with the idea of trying to get a picture of the International Space Station as it streaked across the full moon. I had seen some images like this, and since I'm interested in space, astrophysics, and the cosmos in general, I thought it would be a really cool idea to try and get my own version of this image. If you haven't heard about it, just do a Google image search for ISS photography and you'll see some examples of what I'm talking about. I didn't want to steal anybody else's image for this video. Now, I knew this was going to be a huge challenge for me as a beginner, so I got to work doing some research. I found some very useful websites and apps, which I'll link below, but you can imagine the sort of timing and preparation that needs to go into trying to capture a shot like this. For the image I wanted, I needed a full moon ideally, but at least a 3/4 moon to be the background. The moon would obviously have to be above the horizon, and I would have to find a time when I could be in a position where the path of the moon and the path of the ISS would intersect directly. Oh yeah, one more thing. That International Space Station, which appears tiny from Earth, is zooming around the globe at about 17,000 miles per hour. That means I would have between 1 and 2 seconds to get the shot. Yeah. So here's a bit of good luck that I had with this project. I found out that the ISS would be crossing in front of a nearly full moon visible from a beach that's only a few miles from my parents' home in Florida. So I started working on the logistics. I would have to leave my parents' house at about 4 a.m., park in a public lot across from the beach, and then hike about half a mile down the beach in the dark, carrying my D5500, a tripod, and my Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens. Now the most amazing thing about all of this, I actually convinced my wife to join me on this adventure. So the day arrives. We hike up the beach, I set up my gear, and we start watching the clock and the skies. I get my exposure and my focus set with some test shots. I've purchased the fastest memory card I can get to put in my camera because I want to make sure that I don't fill up the buffer before I get the shot. I'm going to have to shoot in the highest continuous mode that I can, and I want to make sure that it doesn't fill up and stop firing off shots too soon. I had done everything I possibly could to prepare for this epic shot. I was already thinking about how proud my wife would be when I showed her the perfect capture on the back of my camera. The meteoric rise of my Instagram profile, the likes on Facebook when I posted this image, just the idea of putting this image out into the cloud was so exciting. Wait, did I say cloud? Yep. As the Astral Timer app that I downloaded onto my phone counted down to about -1 minute and 30 seconds to intersect time, a bank of clouds rolled in from the Gulf of Mexico. While most of the sky stayed clear, by the time my app hit 0, I was standing on a beach in the wee hours of the morning, looking in disbelief at a nearly perfect full moon, perfectly exposed, focused, and framed in my camera, that was 100% obscured by clouds. The closest I came to getting the shot was seeing a fleeting streak of the International Space Station emerge from behind those clouds and then disappear from view. I packed up my gear. We headed back to the car. We stopped for breakfast and watched the sun come up from Denny's. Talked about the experience over eggs and coffee. We both laughed about what had happened and we had a really good time. So I didn't get the shot, but I have a story that I will never forget of a grand adventure with the love of my life. And that is just as valuable as any image. So how have you failed at photography? Share your experience in the comments below and let me know what you got out of it. Click the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more about my experiences as a beginner photographer. Now go out and take pictures and have fun doing it. Thanks.